Across the highways of Texas, the suburbs of Ohio, and the quiet neighborhoods of Oregon, something subtle yet powerful is happening. Americans, once confident, spend-happy, and optimistic, are quietly preparing. They might not say it out loud, but millions are sensing the same thing deep down. Something major is coming. The sound of uncertainty has replaced the buzz of consumerism. Garages are turning into storage spaces, spending habits are shrinking, and conversations at dinner tables have shifted from dreams to survival. People aren't panicking, like they're adapting. The feeling sweeping through the country isn't hysteria. It's realism. For generations, America was a nation built on optimism. When times got hard, people worked harder. But today, that optimism feels fragile. Behind the skyscrapers, the malls, and the slogans, there's growing fear that the next storm, whether economic, political, or social, may already be forming. Let's explore the 10 biggest reasons why Americans are preparing for hard times, and what that says about the country's future. 1. The cost of living spiral. The average family now spends nearly 40% more on essentials than they did just 5 years ago. Rent in cities like Phoenix, Denver, and Miami has doubled since 2020. A grocery cart that once cost $100 now easily exceeds $160. Gas prices remain volatile. Health insurance premiums keep climbing. Wages, however, have barely moved. Adjusted for inflation, real income for most Americans has actually fallen. Families that once lived comfortably now juggle bills, skip vacations, and cut corners just to survive. A single emergency, a medical bill, a car repair, or a rent increase can push them over the edge. What used to be the middle-class lifestyle is now considered a privilege. This quiet financial squeeze is forcing Americans to prepare not for luxury, but for survival. 2. The vanishing middle class. In the 1980s, a majority of Americans identified as middle class. Today, less than half do. The gap between the wealthy and the working class has become a canyon. The ultra-rich accumulate record profits, while everyday people face shrinking savings and rising debt. In major metros like San Francisco or New York, families earning $120,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, small-town workers are barely scraping by on stagnant wages. The realization is sinking in that the system no longer works equally for everyone. This has driven a new mindset: prepare for yourself, because no one's coming to save you. Americans are investing in self-reliance, not out of fear, but out of necessity. 3. From shopping sprees to survival mindsets. Just a decade ago, American culture was defined by consumption. Big sales, fast fashion, luxury lifestyles. But now something has changed. Online searches for how to live off-grid, emergency food storage, and how to grow your own food have hit record highs. Outdoor retailers report spikes in camping gear, water filters, and portable solar kits. It's not the end of modern living, it's the beginning of cautious living. Americans are asking themselves, what happens if the power grid fails? If prices double again? If another pandemic hits? This isn't fear-mongering, it's a cultural transformation. The consumer has become the survivor. 4. The migration from cities. More than 1.46 million Californians have left since 2020. New York has lost hundreds of thousands. Illinois, Oregon, and Washington are also seeing quiet departures. Where are they going? To smaller states with lower costs and safer communities? Tennessee, Texas, Idaho, the Carolinas, and Florida. U-Haul data even shows one-way moves out of expensive cities have hit historic highs. This isn't just about taxes or housing. It's about peace of mind. Families are leaving chaotic metros for simpler, slower lives. They're trading nightlife for nature and density for distance. For the first time in decades, America's population map is reversing direction, away from its great cities and toward its forgotten heartland. 5. Job uncertainty and AI anxiety. The American workplace is transforming faster than anyone predicted. Artificial intelligence is rewriting job descriptions across every industry. Customer service, logistics, journalism, even law and medicine, no profession feels safe anymore. Major corporations are quietly laying off thousands, citing efficiency and automation. For the first time, college graduates are unsure whether their degrees still guarantee stability. Even remote jobs, once seen as the future, are being cut back. People are learning new trades, diversifying income, and creating side hustles. The American worker is adapting again, not because they want to, but because they have to. 6. The debt bubble. America's economy runs on credit. But that machine is beginning to groan under the weight of its own debt. Personal debt now exceeds $17 trillion, with credit cards alone surpassing $1.3 trillion. Auto loan delinquencies are rising sharply, especially among younger Americans. Student loan payments, paused during the pandemic, are once again draining household budgets. At the national level, U.S. government debt has crossed $35 trillion. And interest payments on that debt are now one of the largest federal expenses, rivaling defense spending. Economists warn all bubbles burst eventually. And when this one does, the impact will ripple far beyond banks. It will hit every grocery store, gas station, and paycheck in the country. 7. The quiet breakdown of trust. Once upon a time, Americans trusted their institutions. Banks were safe. News was reliable. Government was stable. But that trust has eroded. From political gridlock to corporate scandals, from pandemic misinformation to Wall Street bailouts, faith in authority has collapsed. According to recent surveys, less than 20% of Americans say they trust the federal government to do the right thing. That collapse of confidence has created a generation of skeptics, people who question everything and everyone. Instead of relying on systems, they're turning to self-sufficiency. Trust, once placed in institutions, is now being invested in preparedness. 8. Preparing for uncertainty. You can see it everywhere. Solar panels appearing on suburban rooftops, generators in garages, and gardens sprouting in backyards. Emergency supply companies are booming. Firearms and ammunition sales continue to rise. Canning jars, water purifiers, and fuel storage tanks are selling faster than ever. This isn't paranoia. It's a form of quiet resilience. People are preparing for supply chain shocks, blackouts, and economic downturns. They're not hoarding, they're adapting. And for many, this preparation brings comfort, a sense of control in an unpredictable world. 9. The global shock factor. What happens outside America increasingly determines what happens inside it. Global conflict, trade disruptions, and inflationary pressures have proven that the modern economy is fragile. The wars in Eastern Europe and the Middle East have disrupted supply chains. Global oil prices are unstable. Shipping costs have tripled since pre-pandemic levels. Food imports, electronics, and even medicine are more expensive and harder to get. 10. A changing national identity. Finally, perhaps the deepest change of all, the American identity itself is shifting. For centuries, the U.S. defined itself by endless growth and boundless optimism. But in 2025, the story feels different. Americans are not giving up, they're evolving. The new identity is practical, skeptical, and self-reliant. It values adaptability over ambition, savings over spending, reality over illusion. Americans are learning that resilience, not wealth, is the true measure of security. Maybe what's coming isn't just another crisis. Maybe it's a transformation, one that will test the country but also redefine it. The truth is, America has always been shaped by its hard times. The Great Depression built the social safety net. The oil crises reshaped energy. The tech bubble led to innovation. Every collapse forced a rebirth.